welcome to yet another Batman vs. Superman rant. And this one coming from someone who actually really liked Man of Steel. Save it. If you think that's controversial, just wait. Why do I do this now? Well, because I hear rumors that the trailer is going to come out anytime soon, as early as tomorrow, Super Bowl Sunday, 2015, maybe a couple of weeks from now. And although I'd like to be wrong about this one, every part of me tells me that this movie is going to fail. It should be a dream come true to have Batman and Superman in the same movie. Instead, it looks like it's going to be a nightmare. And here are 5 reasons why. Be forewarned, these might surprise you. And the first surprise comes in the way of honorable mentions. Honorable mention number 1, releasing the trailer too early. Sources indicate that the trailer could come out as early as Super Bowl Sunday 2015, or at the premiere of the new sci-fi film Jupiter Ascending, which comes out at the beginning of February. If the rumors are true, I think it would be a horrible idea considering the movie isn't going to come out until over a year from now. With so many anticipated films coming out, this trailer is probably going to drown under all the other publicity. The reason it doesn't make my list, well, one, it's kind of unfair to judge a mistake that I haven't seen yet and might still be a rumor. Honorable mention number 2, Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. This announcement was the moment where even supporters of this film up to this point checked out. People who still hung in there even after this guy and this girl were announced. But the Facebook guy? Really? This is the casting choice you couldn't accept? Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't cast him as Lex Luthor, and I share everyone's disappointment that this guy, or even this guy weren't chosen. But Jesse Eisenberg is an Academy Award nominated actor. The guy has talent. Of all the controversial choices for this movie, this is the one I worry about the least. Which takes me to another honorable mention, Ben Affleck. Yeah, you probably thought that was going to be pretty high on my list. Oh boy, this one made a huge uproar, and for good reason. Do not see Batman for this guy, especially not the Batman who could beat Henry Cavill's Superman. Carl Urban would have been a great choice for Bats, and I know I'm not alone on that one. But honestly, Ben Affleck is a talented actor, and I have a feeling he might do okay in this role. Maybe. More importantly, everybody's already talked about this and how it's a bad idea, and I don't really have much to add. So, now we go on to my real choices. Number 5. Casting Gal Gadot, or Gadot, or whatever, as Wonder Woman. For years, people heard rumors about a live-action Wonder Woman movie. We discussed our wish list as well as many rumors as to who might actually wield the golden lasso. I always felt an unknown would be the best for this part. And then I kinda got my wish. Some woman I barely even heard about was cast in this role, and all the controversy was about her physique. Well, several actors and actresses have bulked up to play superheroes, and Gal Gadot is an attractive woman. Though not the knockout that I would think Wonder Woman should be, my gripe has less to do with her appearance and more to do with the fact that she can't act. Wonder Woman is the most well-known superheroine ever. A feminine icon and an icon of feminism. This goddess deserves a better actress. What were they thinking? Did they have no one else in mind? Did all other actresses say no? You could have just hired the girl who played Faora in Man of Steel, put a nice wig and a tiara on her, and you'd have a better Wonder Woman. I think that even the Man of Steel haters would agree that that's a better choice than a girl with the screen presence of a pencil eraser. You see what I'm saying now about Affleck and Eisenberg? Affleck, not right for Batman, but he can act. Eisenberg, not right for Lex Luthor, but he can act. Gal Gadot, you fill in the blanks. Number 4. Too many superheroes in the same movie. Even if they got a convincing Wonder Woman, I don't think there's much room for her in the first movie where Batman and Superman share the same screen. Again, this is something that fans have waited for years to see. But you throw in Wonder Woman, the film already seems crowded. Then you throw in more members of the Justice League? Yes, I know that this could all be short appearances, but all the buzz seems to indicate that Wonder Woman's going to see some action in this movie. Even if her appearance is welcome and not intrusive, and the other DC characters are glorified cameos, it was a bad idea to announce all of this or let it get out. Wouldn't it have been better as a surprise? I know it's not really fair to make that comparison, but who isn't comparing DC to Marvel? All these DC characters just thrown into the movie just makes the plot seem like an awful mess, and a distraction to what I think should be the focus of the film. Number 3. Believe it or not, I don't think this should be the focus of the sequel to Man of Steel. But this should be the focus. Yes, Batman fans may all love that Batman is in this movie, even if played by an unlikely choice, to say the least. And of course, most Batman fans will love seeing Batman beat Superman the way he did in The Dark Knight Returns. But Superman fans like myself, or people who really enjoyed Man of Steel, wanted to see a sequel. A movie that asks, now that Superman is revealed to the world, how does the world receive him? What will be the consequences of his decisions regarding Zod and all the destruction that was caused? How will he learn and grow from this? What will Henry Cavill's Clark Kent look like? These are all questions we wanted answered, but now they put Batman, Wonder Woman, and too many other DC characters in the mix. There doesn't seem to be much room for Superman. Don't get me wrong, I want to see Superman and Batman in the same film as much as anyone, but I can't help feel like it is too soon. And being that Batman is more popular, and his name appears first in the title, it seems like Superman is being upstaged in what should be his own sequel. Sure, Zack Snyder says that Batman makes the perfect character for this act of the story, but I'm pretty sure that regardless of what he tells us, his real reason for bringing in Batman was to boost the popularity and the sales of his franchise. Number 2. Using The Dark Knight Returns as source material. I get that Dark Knight Returns is one of the best Batman stories ever, and I give Frank Miller credit for reinventing the relationship between Batman and Superman, making it full of conflict and contrast. But I think I speak for a lot of Batman fans when I say we're tired of the tired Batman. We got this Batman in the form of Christian Bale in The Dark Knight Rises. We got it in the form of Peter Weller in the animated Dark Knight Returns movie. We enjoyed these, but we don't need to see it again. You ask most Batman fans, they say that they want to see this guy and not this guy in the movie. Seriously, in a live-action Batman and Superman or Justice League movie, I wouldn't want to consult with this guy. I'd want to consult with these guys. Not only did Bruce Timm and his team make the Justice League series, they made dozens of DC direct-to-DVD movies where DC and Warner Brothers are actually winning the competition. Even so, Dark Knight Returns is not the right thing for this act of the story. For one thing, Dark Knight Returns happens years and years down the road for both Superman and Batman, not right before the formation of the Justice League. So when Bruce says, "I want you to remember the one man who beat you," it has weight to it, because Superman had a long career. In this movie series, Man of Steel was basically Superman's first day on the job. More importantly, The Dark Knight Returns, while a great Batman story, is a horrible Superman story. I'm not just saying this because he's the antagonist or he loses the fight, but because he's portrayed as a government stooge who never questions his orders. Whereas in Man of Steel, Superman said to the government that they will never control him and that he will only help them on his own terms. Hardly a smooth transition from this portrayal to the portrayal of The Dark Knight Returns. And also, Frank Miller's Superman is an idiot. I know a lot of Batman fans, mostly the ones who hate Superman, view the Man of Tomorrow as a brute, a brainless brawler, but Superman fans like myself definitely disagree. And there are numerous examples on screen and on the page of Superman outsmarting his enemies in some pretty ingenious ways. Now, what is Superman like in The Dark Knight Returns? He's so dumb that he doesn't expect any of the tricks that Batman has in store for him. So let me get this straight, you used to fight alongside this guy, and you didn't expect he'd use kryptonite? I know Batman fans are saying, well, Batman is an expert at strategy and deception. I know that. Clearly Batman would have surprises for Superman and things he wouldn't expect because that's who Batman is. But for Superman, to rush in like a bull makes Superman seem like an idiot. Maybe the Bat fans don't care, but that is not the Superman I want to see in a major motion picture. And number 1. The thing that has me the most concerned about this movie is not who's playing Batman, or Wonder Woman, or Lex Luthor, or who else is being squeezed into this already crowded story, or the source material it's based on. It's in the title. And not just that Batman's name comes first, it's these 2 letters. A versus movie for these characters is a bad idea no matter what they do. First, as I said before, this movie is supposed to lead up to the formation of the Justice League, whereas Dark Knight Returns happened at the end of Batman's career. Yeah, sure, it was fun to see Thor and Iron Man throw down in the Avengers and what that would look like, but have you ever noticed that any of those superhero fights in the Avengers have no resolution? It's because at the end of the movie, they need to team up, to put their differences aside, because none of them can beat the opposition on their own. And every team member contributes in some way to stopping Loki's plan. Can you imagine what would happen if Iron Man crippled Thor somehow and then stood over his body saying, "Hey man, I didn't have to go easy on you. I could have killed you. And I just want you to remember in all the years to come and in all of your private moments, I want you to remember the one man who beat you." Yeah, that's right. Tony Stark beat you. Oh yeah, and by the way, you think when you recover from getting pawned by a mere mortal, you could help us against your brother, the god of trickery? Because I really need you on my side in this one. I can't do it without you, even though I just beat you. Seriously, if you were Batman and you beat Superman, would you think you actually needed his help? I think it would be a huge ego trip. So logically, a tie would actually work for these circumstances. But a tie in a versus movie would disappoint everyone. So they'll have Batman win. Why? Because Batman would logically always beat Superman in a fight? No, because that's what the majority of the audience wants to see. Can you imagine if Superman were to beat Batman, what the uproar would sound like? They're gonna go with the choice that will please the majority of the fans. But I'm not the only one, although there aren't many of us, who prefers Superman to Batman. And there are enough of us who will probably be really unhappy when Batman beats him. Not only do we want Superman to win, we think that logically, he would! Which is why most of the times that Batman beats Superman, it's because of bad writing or Superman being portrayed as an idiot. Batman holds out a tiny thing of kryptonite, or exposes him to red sun for like 5 seconds, and the fight is over. This is probably the way that most people see a Batman and Superman fight going down. And mind you, I am not one of those narrow-minded Superman fans who think that Batman could never beat Superman. That Superman would always win. In fact, though I complain about The Dark Knight Returns, I at least give them credit for showing that Batman's victory is extremely difficult and the result of several factors instead of just one. He has more prep time, Superman is already weakened by an atomic bomb, and Batman has help from Green Arrow and a kryptonite arrow. And of course, Superman holds back. The only major problem I have with this fight is, as I said before, Superman is too stupid to anticipate any of these tactics. Now, in this particular new version, basically like one of those Elseworld stories, it might actually make some sense for the veteran crime fighter Batman to beat the inexperienced superhero Superman. Because kryptonite, or red sunlight, or whatever edge they give to Batman, will probably be new to the rookie Superman, who may be a little gun-shy in the fight after what he did in Man of Steel. Still, I don't see the Superman rushing in like an idiot after he learned in the first movie that he can be hurt or even killed. Either way, I think we can all agree the definitive fight between Batman and Superman would happen when they are both experienced, but not old. This Batman vs. Superman movie, however, will quote-unquote put the debate to rest for most people. This horrible abomination of a movie will still serve for many as the ultimate answer to one of the oldest debates. I think this movie will be bad, but there will be a small group who actually like it. But the movie will probably underperform, and if it underperforms enough, maybe DC and Warner Brothers will see that they need to go back to the drawing board. I can't believe I actually find myself kind of wanting this movie to fail. I still plan to see it, hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. Most of us can agree that this movie is one to dread, not anticipate or get excited for. If this is the quality of any other DC movies to come, then the only DC movie we can safely look forward to is the Lego Batman spin-off.